There you go. Okay, so welcome everyone. The real quick, this, oh, that's right, I'm on a different computer. Okay, so just to tell you that there are non-dairy cheeses and sauces. There are different base for it. Nut-based is probably the most common. And cashews are the most common nuts because they are so soft and neutral tasting. They are, if you have a high-powered blender, Vitamix or similar, you don't even need to soak them. Otherwise, probably want to soak them before you put it in a blender or make your sauce or your cheese. But also potatoes make a great sauce and cheese base, and the gold or the sweet potatoes are usually the preferred. Usually as far as legumes, it's white beans or chickpeas, and then of course cauliflower. I have a great a favorite family recipe with a cauliflower. What is it called? Who knows? But it's a cauliflower, spicy cauliflower. And then there's the soy base from soybeans. And last, butternut squash or pumpkin. Which?
Can you find Yukon gold potatoes anymore? I haven't seen them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Finding Yukon
I
gold.
say gold potatoes, but they're not Yukon.
Oh, that, yeah.
I don't.
I use them
I
interchangeably.
use them as, I don't know if it makes any difference.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that, I mean, I haven't noticed a difference anyway.
yeah. I love gold potatoes in
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
They're sweeter too.
they are, and they mash easily.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, I'm just gonna quickly go through the recipes so that you have a variety of recipes. This is a cashew-based recipe, and it has nutritional yeast. So for those of you that aren't familiar, nutritional yeast is like a cheese substitute that you can get in Giant Eagle or wherever, but it's an inactive yeast, and it is often used in cheese sauces, or sometimes people just sprinkle it on. That could just be used on potatoes, pizzas, or whatever. What? Spaghetti, absolutely. Popcorn, yeah. Cheesy popcorn. Here's a cashew spread that I've made before when I've made a macaroni and cheese that is easy to do. As you can see, most of these, maybe all of them, have a blender as part of the sauce and cheese. Another cashew, I like this one because of the lemon in it. And Linda Jones, who's doing our cooking demo today, does this carrot pate, which is excellent.
I'll test it.
And her husband will attest to it, okay? The taste tester will test. And then Brittany does this nacho cheese sauce, which is really good to do a plant-based nacho cheese spread. And you can bake the tortillas and cut them up into little triangles. So you'll get that one. This, I can honestly say I've never made it, but it is supposed to be amazing because that's in the title. And this one, I wanted to get one with the gold, Yukon gold, or just gold potatoes. To look at it, it looks good. Okay. And the nice thing about these is that you just dump everything in. Yes. This one I have made because I like spicy peanut sauce, and it's good. It is good. And this is the tofu, the soy-based. Kim Camel is this one, and I've known this is a butternut squash based, or you can use sweet potatoes. And it also adds some, raw cashews in it. But this is in her cookbook on Plant Pure Cookbook.
We should have a mac and cheese class.
Mac and cheese,
Mac and
rare
cheese.
variety.
Mac and cheese bar.
That would be good.
Isn't that good?
Yeah,
And then she made, one, like a cheese sauce with butternut squash.
I have not made a butternut squash one.
Yeah, Brittany does have one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
does she?
I made one once, but I thought I tasted the butternut squash too much.
Ah,
I made a hard cheese. It wasn't a sauce.
oh,
cheese.
she did.
I've made a hard cheese with butter.
It's excellent.
It gave it the orange color, which was nice, but it had the agar in it, so it was a solid cheese.
Yes, yes.
And I couldn't taste the cheese. I didn't get the taste.
The squash.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and, yeah. It's another excellent cheese, right, Jimmy?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm sure you will.
This is another potato one. This one uses russet potatoes. This is from a Brittany one that you're actually going to make a sauce into soup. If you want to add less, a lot of these they say in the directions using less liquid if you want more sauce like or dip like. And quick sweet curry sauce. And I don't know who did that, but I have made it before and I like it so. And you see it has 4 ingredients. It's just up my alley. Yeah, nice and short and meager. Oh, somebody made this and raved about it. So I added Kim Campbell's cauliflower Alfredo sauce. Cauliflower base. Oh, this is like a different kind of cheese, a feta. So I wanted to put this in where you can sort of duplicate a feta cheese to put over whatever you're cooking. Yeah. Okay, so our day, we're focusing on vegan broccoli cheese soup.
Yes.
And this is one recipe, and the recipe that Linda's going to demonstrate is from Vitamix, and you'll
Yes.
get that. But I wanted to show you this one is based on cauliflower, northern beans. You can see that coconut milk. And on the next slide, I'm going to show you the traditional broccoli cheese soup. Look at the difference in the nutritional.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. 36 grams, 420 calories. The Bites of Wellness has 103. Total grams of fat, 36 grams versus 1.
That's even with the coconut.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And protein is 10 grams. We have 8 grams of protein. Vitamin A, 121%. Vitamin C, 183 versus 8%.
Wow.
Calcium, 14%. It has more iron in it.
The traditional has.
Yeah, it has 25% in the traditional. But this is 14 and it readily adds up for your calcium. Yeah. I thought that was pretty remarkable. So you were going to do this again. Well, let me show you because then we're going to put down the slideshow. Oh, whoa, back. Back. Okay, this is the one from Vitamix that Linda's going to use. And this is, you can see 4 ingredients, the stock, the broccoli, the vegan Parmesan cheese. And at the bottom, the vegan Parmesan cheese. I put how to make that you can add. And then I put a little, it's 1 cup raw cashews. But when we look at the nutritional value, if you wanted to lower the fat, I mean, you could either use 100% of the white beans, but usually if you just take some of the half of the cashews out and half white beans, you're going to lower the fat significantly. And this is, you're going to see the nutritional. So this one is 370 calories per serving. So it is actually more than the traditional, but that's okay.
Traditional is 420.
Oh yeah, 420. I'm sorry. 320. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the total fat is, it's high, should have said the other one, yeah. It is 24 grams. If you put half cup cashews and a half cup white beans, you are gonna reduce the total calories by 60, and you're gonna reduce the total fat by 7 grams. And of course, if you wanted, that's per serving. If you wanted to completely eliminate the cashews and just use all white beans, then you would double that, as far as your serving. Pardon me?
The sodium.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, I never add, when I cook, I never add salt.
I don't either. Yeah. Okay, you all. So that's the PowerPoint. Now we'll head to the main event.
Good,
Okay,
so we do have recipes.
and we probably want, let's see, Linda. Do we probably want the lights on, I would say, at this point? Thank
Okay.
you. And do we want the backlights on? Okay, here is Linda. I'm gonna be the mobile crew member here.
Oh, cool. Where should I stand?
Okay, just stand, yeah.
Right here, okay, hello, everybody. So I know there are some days where you like to be in the kitchen and make broth or soup broth from scratch and saute onions and roast broccoli, and it's kind of like sometimes a therapy for me just to spend that time in the kitchen. But there's others times that you just want fast, delicious, tasty, nutritious food. And this recipe is it. I was leafing through my big binder of recipes. I came across this and said to Sally, how about this for Saturday? And she said, oh, coincidentally, my PowerPoint's going to be broccoli cheese soup. So it was like perfect. So we do have the recipe, but it is fast. We have veggie broth, and I always use Pacific. There's no oil. It's low sodium. That's a good one to use. And typically, you're supposed to, in your Vitamix, I know Susan, you just got one. You're supposed to put the liquid in first in Vitamix recipes. It helps the blender work better. In this recipe, it probably doesn't really even matter because we have a lot of it. So this is 4 cups of broth. From the box, I just heated it at home. Then we add our broccoli florets. Now it said in the recipe, if you don't like broccoli, you can substitute carrots. If you don't want carrots, you can do cauliflower, make a cauliflower soup. If you don't like that, you can do asparagus. So very versatile. And I'm gonna hold out, the recipe doesn't call for that, but I'm gonna hold out like a half a cup of broccoli. I think, sometimes we eat with our eyes. So instead of just having a green soup, a light green soup, I'm gonna pulse in some broccoli florets at the end, just to give you some visual appeal and some chunkiness. So we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so these are my steamed broccoli that I did this morning. 4 cups. And my Parmesan cheese. Now, the recipe that you're gonna get makes more than a cup, but you just need a cup. So if you put this Parmesan cheese recipe together, only scoop out a cup for this. And then I just keep it in my fridge. It'll keep several weeks in my fridge. And we just had whole wheat pasta last night, and I sprinkled the Parmesan cheese on the whole wheat pasta with some vegetables. So, and there's lots of Parmesan cheese vegan recipes out there. Since this recipe was so short, I had to fill up the paper for you. So I have other Parmesan cheese recipes listed. Some don't have cashews. Cookie and Kate use hemp seeds, nutritional yeast, garlic, and onion. But I think across the board, any vegan Parmesan cheese recipe you see will have the nutritional yeast, and that seems to be the common ingredient. And usually, you know, a garlic powder, onion powder. So there's a few other recipes to try. And as Sally mentioned, nutritional yeast is deactivated. It's more similar to brewer's yeast than the baker's yeast. And it's specifically grown to be harvested and dried as this. It's a wild yeast that grows naturally on cane or beet molasses. So it's picked and rinsed and heat dried to destroy any of the active live cultures. So, and I never knew there's some nutritional benefits to it. 2 tablespoons of it is 40 calories, 5 grams of protein. Some of the B12 some are fortified with B12. I usually get the nutritional yeast that's not fortified with B12, but some are. And it has a thickening power, and they recommend buying the flakes rather than the nutritional yeast powder.
So is that
For
the
most-
only difference between fortified and unfortified?
Is the B12,
Okay.
as far as I know, but read the labels, always read the labels.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. Okay. So this makes about 7 cups. And we're gonna put in the last ingredient, 3 ingredients, the broth, broccoli. This is 1 cup of the Parmesan. I guess some Vitamixes have a soup button, mine doesn't, and you put on the soup button and you let it go for 4 or 5 minutes and you have a soup when all is done. I'm gonna add the broccoli. Pulse it a little bit. Okay, and we are done.
Wow.
Wasn't that easy? And it's good. I made it last week and Jimmy really liked it. We need some help pouring this out.
What questions do people have online? You can put it in the chat
Let's see.
or people in the audience.
Just,
No?
these little cups, the spoons have to go out. And I did find, as it said, that like the next day it will thicken up more. Right now it's soup.
Sally, is there like a amount or a website or something like that you can put a recipe in and it'll break down what the nutrition
When you have honey too.
like, you know, amounts are?
Probably.
Not, you know, if you were using that.
No, I never look at that. I really don't even look at with plant-based eating. I just assume,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm sure there are.
That's
all the library has.
I was following macronutrients. I thought we had read them here.
No, they're all forks.
I have no idea.
No,
Yeah,
Susan has a
We
spoon
can,
right there.
yeah, we can just
Drink it.
drink it.
Yeah, you can-
Here, let me show it to the people online.
Okay.
I like to wet their whittle. Okay, here we go. I don't get snot. There. Oh, yeah, I don't even know if you can see it.
We have little
Yeah.
crackers.
Oh, let's, wait, are those,
Yeah, that's a lavash.
okay,
Whole wheat lavash.
and then I'll just hold it up. Yeah, little crackers that she made, out of tortillas and just like you could use any other sauce.
Whole wheat lavash.
drink it.
It is very easy, Jill. It's, yeah. Yes, yes, I will indicate on the recipe the one she uses. Yes, that will be in the one you can, yeah, get.
If you wanted salty, I could throw in miso soup. I could throw in miso in the soup to make it salty.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Also, oops. I thought I had a half a cup of hemp seeds, and I found out when I went to my freezer, I keep all those chia and flax and hemp seeds, I keep them in my freezer. I only had a quarter cup of hemp seed. It calls for, the Parmesan cheese calls for a half cup. So I pulled out my pumpkin seeds. So I put in a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds with a quarter cup of hemp seeds, and it made a total half cup. So you could do that. I wouldn't do chia or flax, because chia or flax is like, can be an egg replacer with liquid. And I don't think you want that happening here. You want a nut, like you could do sunflower seeds, you could do the hemp, you could do the pumpkin, or combination. That you want the seed that'll hold its own. So that's a substitution you can do. And we have more here too also.
Excellent. Excellent, yeah.
Where's the bucket? And then, yesterday, Jimmy and I are in front of the TV, kind of winding down, thinking what we want for dinner. And he says, "Oh, I just got on my phone a pumpkin apple oat bar that sounds really good." I said, "That really does sound good." So I said, "Read me the ingredients." And he said, "Well," he read them to me. I said, "Oh, we have all those ingredients." I really didn't want to get up off the couch. We were like,
The end of the week.
And I said, oh boy, that was really good.
so we
That was the
jumped,
magic touch.
yeah, we jumped up and I made them. So we're gonna try those today. If you'd like.
You're asking us if we like. Uh-huh.
And I don't know where these, do we know who the source of this?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember the website.
No, but let's see.
Give me one.
You're interested in the ingredients.
And keep
There's
it for you.
pureed pumpkin.
Instead of magic word right there.
It calls for maple syrup, but I don't use maple syrup, I use date paste. Oh, there's unsweetened almond butter in here.
Okay, thank you.
Almond butter.
Not to eat before they come. We did.
Rolled oats, pumpkin pie spice, and apples. Yeah, there's almond butter in there.
Yeah, I can't eat that. Thank you.
You can substitute, let's see. You could probably use, you can't do any nut butter. How about
I can do sunflower butter.
you could do sunflower seed butter in place of that, okay? That would be good. Of course, you wouldn't want to do peanut butter with cashew butter, but you can do, peanut butter will change the taste of the bar. So just realize that if you do peanut butter. And if you're not into pumpkin, take out the pumpkin, you can put unsweetened applesauce in it. You can always add chocolate chips.
Always.
Instead of apple, you could do pear. They said maybe a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I did put a teaspoon in it. It's not in the original recipe. So those are some substitutions you can make. So we have those recipes today.
Thanks for getting off the couch.
Really?
Well, Jimmy knew. I have this insatiable curiosity for some recipes when it comes to new
I
recipes.
knew she was gonna do it right away.
I'm an easy mark, right? Would anybody like more soup? We have lots more soup. Any more crackers? Anybody want more crackers?
I did learn one thing about adding miso, and that I didn't know before, and maybe you all know it already. is that when you make a soup, and you're gonna add miso at the end, that you're supposed to take a small amount of the soup out and then put your miso in. And then put it into your soup so that it doesn't just, like a hot soup doesn't destroy all the active ingredients. in the miso.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Yeah,
Do it at the end.
yeah, do it at the end and take a small out, add the miso at the end, so it's not.
It's better
the-
anyway, because miso is very clumpy.
Mhm.
So just to put a glob of miso in a big.
Right,
part of the soup
yeah.
would be hard to distribute. So take some liquid out of
It makes it like a slurry,
a quarter cup, right, and that's the miso to that,
right?
and then whisk it.
Okay, yes, chocolate chips, yeah. Well, for everyone, I'm online here.
Don't be shy.
We're missing the tasting and we are gonna we're gonna go play plant-based bingo and prizes. So this is the end of our recording unless there's any questions. And as I said, you'll get all the recipes from me.
Yes, thank you.
And I thank you for joining us.
Sure. I have a special, nice and big recipe.